So, Mortal Kombat X had a big patch. It's the biggest patch that it's had. As many patches as it has had. It has been a while. It's been about 2 months since there's been a patch.
Yeah.
Significant patch anyway. And yesterday, Monday, there was a Combat Cast. They did these videos, live streams I should say, where people who work at NRS talk about all the changes. And this was the most comprehensive, and I really liked how they did it.
Oh, that's cool.
They just literally started at the top left of the character select screen with like Jason or whoever's up there, and they just worked their way across the entire cast. And they were like, okay, Jason, what are his changes? Here are his changes. Okay. Whoever's next, here you go. And if it was light enough, like for Jax, all he got was like some hitbox changes. They were just like, Jax got some hitbox changes to make things work better. And they didn't show him.
Right.
So you don't need to show it.
Right.
But for all the characters that you needed to show it, they went into the game and they like showed it.
Okay.
Awesome stream. I was so happy with how they did it.
Yeah.
Shout outs to NetherRealm. Most importantly for my mind is what they said with respect to upcoming patches. They said that they expect this will be the last final patch in the foreseeable future, barring glitches, barring something unexpected. In fact, glitches did appear. So they'll fix that. But that aside, it's the last one for the foreseeable future.
Right.
So that's awesome because it means that if you haven't been playing MK due to, not wanting to relearn it, so on and so forth, in the future not going to be an issue, at least for foreseeable future.
Yeah, I mean, there's something to be said, like, because obviously I don't follow MK as heavily as you do. And, when I go to these patch lists and I start reading it, like, there's just something about, I can tell now that all the previous patches really made me feel lost in it. You know what I mean? So I'm reading these patches and I just don't know the significance of a lot of the changes anymore. It's really frustrating. But now I feel like I can study the game again, I can play it again, and all this other stuff like that. So I don't know. We'll see if I get back into it. I mean, obviously I've been obsessed with Street Fighter Beta and even Rising Thunder a little bit as well. Yeah. So, but we'll see if I can try to get back into it. So.
Well, let's briefly go through some of the more interesting things. In terms of gameplay, general gameplay, they did their best to get rid of some option selects.
Dude, yeah, that was really cool.
It was the right call.
Yeah,
it was the right call. So it no longer can you do on hit only. On hit, not on block.
Right.
That doesn't work anymore. You can still do on block only with a lot of things.
Oh, really?
So that was not a universal change. For example, characters who have command grabs can still option select.
Yeah, I was about to ask. The Ferritor can still do that. The
Yes,
Lakitor can still do that.
But for example, Raiden cannot option select his back 2 overhead into the shocker on block. So they sort of tweaked it around, and it feels like the sort of system that MK is full of, where they just decided some things are cool, some things are not. Some characters can't option select their moves, some can't.
Yeah, I mean, I have a funny feeling they probably also just went in and tweaked the most common ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's probably not like an overall system change. It was probably like they literally found the most common option selects that were used and tweaked those,
I think you're probably right.
Yeah.
But they are explicitly still cool with the command grab ones. In fact, 16-bit who works at NRS and was in that stream on Twitter today mentioned specifically that like they purposely didn't do it was on purpose.
Okay. It wasn't just something they forgot. They just they left it in there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Nice. I mean, that's awesome that they even addressed it. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's super cool. What?
Just giving me little eyebrows because a lot of that was from this guy.
Oh, were you tweeting questions at them?
No, I am the option selects in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
Not just me, obviously. There were a handful of us.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was a big change. There's some normalizations to how things work, whatever. But in terms of biggest gameplay changes, that's it. Some people were looking for like block breaker to change the push block for it to be a little bit different, but it's the same.
Okay.
Anyway,
what were people looking for?
Well, currently it costs 2 bars and stamina. It's basically the same as
a combo
actual breaker.
Right, yeah.
People just thought it should be 1 bar or something, or like half stamina or something.
That'd be super good, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying I need it, but...
Wouldn't that be good? Yes. All right, let's move on. Next topic.
I don't know if it'd be too good, but it would be very good. Cassie, some minor stuff, Dvora, her venomous bug. is now better. Shoot the spray, right?
Yeah.
And more things do the poison damage, so that variation is probably a little bit better than it was before.
Yeah, didn't they say their goal this patch was to try to make more parity between the variations?
Exactly.
Right?
So, for example, for Dvora, the buffs are to Broodmother, the one where she puts the little bug on the ground, and to Venomous, where she poisons you with her, whatever, little spines. Not to, what is it, Swarm Queen, I think?
Yeah.
Where, which is the one everybody plays with run councils and stuff. That one was already good, so they buffed the other ones, which is very good. I really think that they targeted well. So Ermac, for example, the buffs were to Spectral. The one where he flew away, it seemed crappy. So now he has better mobility in that, better combo ability in that.
Okay, cool.
That's basically what they did. Again, Aaron Black, they buffed Gunslinger that nobody used, the one that had the sort of, he shot a penny.
Right.
Now that's an overhead.
Right. The one where Ferritor, where you could get Farah to stab you and give you more damage. Ruthless. That was the one with the fast command throw, right? It was Vicious that had the super slow command throw. Was
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So that might actually be pretty decent now, because I know you could run cancel that and stuff.
Here's the thing. Yeah. So you can run cancel it, but it still costs 5% life.
Right.
So you have to make sure that the combo you do is worth it.
Right.
In terms of damage output.
Yeah, and you land it within that time frame. Yeah, for sure.
So I'm not entirely sure it is worth it, but it seems like an interesting idea.
Right.
So I tried back 1-2-1, remember he goes like this, and stab, and then do forward 2 for a little pop up. Very tough to combo.
Oh, but you could get it to combo.
It's it feels like a one frame thing.
Oh, okay.
Because you can do it too early where he's not yet in range. You have to run for forward 2 to hit. But if you if you run too far, it doesn't work.
Gotcha,
so
right.
Little window.
Okay.
We'll see how well that works. But that's a cool idea. Even if you just do pain and gain armor through a projectile and then dash cancel after that. So now you're close.
Yeah, because I'm wondering, because what I was thinking is using the armor, like someone's about to hit you, start the stab, they hit you, dash, run, cancel, and the command grab is what I was thinking, something like that.
You can't do command grab when he doesn't have...
Oh, that's right, she falls off. That's right, she falls off. They probably thought of that then. Yeah. Maybe that's why they got rid of it.
So that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But you can certainly still do the overhead low.
Right, or just do punch, or something like that, yeah. Okay.
So we'll see how well Ruthless works.
Yeah.
Goro got a bunch of stuff.
I think you should 100% main that character.
That character's so good. Everybody thought he sucked before, but he did not. So Punch Walk now is meter burnable. So once you confirm that you're hitting, you press the meter burn button, the block button, and you get the EX for the pop-up.
What?
Right? That was my response. Here's the weird thing. It's MK, right? So you cannot do the meter burn on any of the first 4 hits. If you press the block button to meter burn it after seeing the second hit connect, you can't then activate the meter burn.
You erased the ability to do the meter burn.
You screwed it up. So that's probably a glitch.
Hey!
Yeah, that's probably a glitch. But if you wait until the 5th hit, then it works. Anyway, but isn't that good? Because now you can do your mix-ups. Or your footsies.
You get full damage off of your safe on block punch walk.
Correct.
So you're just pop.
Imagine I'm in footsies. He has that little sort of kick, the forward 3, the hop kick, which I always just buffered into punch walk.
Right.
But now if that hits, fantastic. I get 30% damage.
Just don't hit the button too early.
But you get a lot of damage, and that makes him better in pursuing people. Because it used to be, if he hit you with regular punch walk, oh well, it's 19% damage and you're full screen.
Right.
Whatever. Now that's meter burn, and you're right. It's 30%, and he's right next to you. Okay. So also the string, forward 2-1, he sort of just turns around, and then there's a kick at the end of it. Forward 2-1 4. Now that 4 is cancelable. It was not before.
Okay.
So what I found out is that there's some really silly good setups with forward 2-1 4 into stomp. Because it just sort of leaves the opponent in this recovering situation that's really good.
Okay.
Really good.
Okay.
Stomp itself has less recovery. It starts faster.
Once you set them up, since they're in blocks of the kick, they really have to guess which way you're going, right?
Oh, I meant on hit.
Oh,
So
on hit.
like in a juggle, like I'll do like punch walk, then forward 2-1 4, end it in the stomp for the OTG.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. That's
Gotcha.
super
Gotcha.
good.
Dang.
That's super good.
Okay.
But like I said, stomp is safer on whiff anyway. They cut out a bunch of the whiff frames, like a lot, like 16 frames better than it was before. It's a lot safer on whiff, so that's good. Let's see. The little up anti-air is faster. The back 1-2 up 2 is good. The little boop boop, and then he does a big old swing.
Right.
That's now legit, which is his fastest mid Punisher. Anyway, the point is, Goro, better damage, better anti-air, better mix-ups, better footsies, better OTGs. He's just a lot better.
If you do main Goro, I may have to quit Mortal Kombat because I don't want to play you.
Yeah. Jackie got a ton of stuff.
Dude, I saw that she had
Ton of
like a
stuff.
meterless corner combo that starts low, did like 45% damage or something.
I believe that. Yeah, she's probably got a lot of really good stuff now. She seems a lot better in general because she had a bunch of problems, frankly, and they seem mostly addressed. Jason, the unstoppable one where he comes back to life always. Now no longer always. You can choose whether to do it
Why would you choose?
because it costs meter to come back to life. So say you get totally stomped in one round,
Right,
it's not
yeah,
worth
yeah,
coming back to
yeah,
life
yeah,
to spend the meter.
Okay,
You don't have to.
okay.
You save the meter for the next round,
Oh,
which
that's
makes that a
kind of
lot
cool.
more.
That's kind of
useful.
cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the case that he still cannot do anything about characters who have low profile moves. So none of his special moves hit stuff.
Okay.
So that sucks.
Okay.
Jax, like I said, very light. Johnny, things hit a little bit better. Kano, very good.
Right.
So Cybernetic now has this anti-air laser. It always had it, but now it has a good anti-air laser that can be meter burned on hit, and you do big damage out of it. So he has the knives on the ground and the good buttons on the ground. Now he has a legit 30% anti-air, whatever. I guess he needed it. Cutthroat has also got some buffs. Cutthroat's probably the best variation now. People are talking about him being top 5.
I can see it. Because he was already super good anyway, so.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Kenshi, apparently some people are mad that Kenshi didn't get more than he did. He seemed like a good character to me already, and he already got his big round of buffs.
Right.
But whatever. Katana didn't really get anything, that's fine. Kotal Khan, way better. Way better. Safer on strings, faster normals, no longer has gaps in his strings.
Oh, okay.
The Sun God variation, the command grab one, now can, you know how he leveled up his command grab? He can do that outside of grabs now.
Okay.
So just get more damage.
Dude.
Blood God is better because he has better totems. He's
My
way better.
favorite thing
He's way
that came out of that was a combo video that was showing how much damage Kotal Khan can do. So Mortal Kombat's training mode is just it's like you watch it and you're like, yep, that's Mortal Kombat programming. Basically, you do damage to them. Their life doesn't refill. It just stays where it is, and as you do damage to them, it empties, and then it just starts over again at the top. And you're just like, really? You can't make the life refill, right? My favorite thing is that you know exactly what I'm trying. Kotal Khan had this combo where he set everything up so he can do most damage. The meter is full. He hits him with the first hit. It stays in place.
Yeah!
He literally killed him in one hit.
He did 100% damage.
In one hit. It was like, ping! And I was like, wait, did that miss?
Yeah.
And then it dawned on me what happened, and I
It
was
went
like,
all the way like this.
I was like, yo, damn.
Yeah, he has 186% damage combo. Obviously, it's the it'll never happen. It's a
exhibition
crazy
combo.
setup.
Yeah,
exactly. So don't worry about it. But that character is really good. A lot of people are saying that Kotal might be top 10. Kotal might be top 5 now.
Right. Okay.
Yay! Kung Lao basically the same. Minor buffs to both Buzzsaw and Hat-Trick. Minor damage scaling to Tempest.
Right.
Minor stuff. Kung Jin actually got buffed a little bit. That's probably fine. Liu Kang, Duelist, got buffed a little bit. Cool. Melina, slightly better as well. Again, Piercing got buffed a little bit. Again, they're just trying to make it so that all the variations are legit. Predator got some nerfs. Makes sense. He was really, really good. Quan Chi, this is the confusing thing. Only confusing thing for me in the game, in this buff list. Quan Chi got buffed. They buffed Quan Chi.
He was like super good already, right?
Yeah.
So
he might be the best now.
did they at least fix that bug, the double spell bug, or did they not mention that?
I don't think they knew about that yet.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But that is going to get fixed there.
Oh, okay. They already talked about it. Okay.
Yeah. Raiden's Displacer got buffed, and Master of Storms got buffed. So, the ones people don't play. Again, that's what they're trying to do. Reptile got buffed basically all around. He's safer, better damage, better mix-ups.
Chris G will be happy about that one. So
Scorpion, basically the same. Shinnok, tiny nerfs, no big deal. Sonya, slight changes, no big deal. For Sub-Zero, basically the same for Grandmaster. EX Ice Clone's a little bit better. But what they really changed was Cryomancer and Unbreakable are legit now.
Wait, so does EX Ice Clone work now?
It functions properly.
It functions properly?
That's the word.
Okay,
That's the word
so
on the street.
it actually works, right? It's not like a completely...
Maybe, we'll see.
It's not a completely glitched move.
We'll see if it's still... We'll see. Yeah, I'm interested to see whether there are still glitches, problems found. Interested to see that. We'll find out. No, but Cryomancer now is really good offensively.
Okay, cool.
Unbreakable, they added a lot of stuff to both of those variations to make them both legit. Because people only play Grandmaster.
Right, yeah. No, that's all you ever saw, so...
Takeda got buffed all around because he sucked, so that's great. Tanya, very slight changes. Tremor, they changed some stuff here and there.
Well, Tanya still has a bug now, right? You saw the bug.
I did see the bug.
So basically the mode where she puts you into the purple haze and then she gets more damage. Fireballs, now if she gets you in the purple haze and throws you, you lose 32% of your life.
Yeah, and it doesn't even get rid of the purple stuff, so she can keep throwing you. So obviously it's a glitch.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to the idea of her getting like some big ol' throw damage, but like make sure the dust goes away.
Yeah, or 32% is a little much.
Yeah, that's a little much.
Right.
But if she got so it throws her default 12. If she did like 20% damage
right.
or something,
that'd be kind of
cool.
neat. That'd be neat because
Yeah.
then her goal would be to throw you, and all of a sudden it would turn this different mind game and stuff like that, right?
Agreed.
So,
I think that'd be very fun.
so could you imagine if you like set them like that and started throwing fireballs and people try to come in at you and then you use that opportunity to run up that'd be pretty sick. But 32% is much.
A little too much. So they said that they're gonna deal with that.
Yeah.
So those are the changes. In general, I really like what they did. They tried to make all the variations legit, some of the changes.
Dude, they fixed it already. They said they fixed the Tanya bug already.
Oh wow,
That was fast.
that's awesome.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
I had heard that they were gonna put a hotfix out, but rad.
Okay, there you go. Good stuff.
Cool.
Okay.
That was very quick. Apparently now, Murtag says that it's 16% instead of 12%. Cool. So they did keep it up.
So they did exactly. Oh, okay. Cool.
That's awesome. That makes that really interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
She doesn't have big combos in that variation, so it's cool to have like a damaging throw or a damaging fireball.
Right. Oh, okay. Neat.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a cool list of buffs and nerfs because they were very light. It's very cautious. They didn't like drastically change anything.
Right.
Which is really how you should do it.
Yeah, I mean, but they said it's going to be potentially the last one for a while unless they find anything obviously egregious, that's like this character's way too buff now or something like that. So, that's good. That's good.
It is.
It's good to have that announcement.
Exactly.
That's the most important thing.
Agreed.
No more buffs, no more patches. So.
And in the meantime, as I'm getting back into MKX now, I don't know what to play because all the characters and variations I like are good. Goro is awesome.
Right.
And then Sun God and War God and Blood God Kotal Khan and Commando and Cybernetic and Cutthroat Kano. They're all good.
Yeah.
I don't
But
know
that's what I was hoping for originally, was that, you could play all three of them, they'd all be good, and that way it would be good for matchups. You know what I mean? So it sounds like that they're doing a good job with that right now. Because now I can totally see, like, let's just use all the different variations. Oh, okay, different character, let's use this variation.
I'm pretty happy about it.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else to go over? Oh, yeah, there totally is.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff to talk about still. Let's talk about what happened at Summer Jam, and I guess there was another event that it happened at, which was the PS4 pad problems, desyncing and stuff like that. So the pads were desyncing in the middle of matches, some people couldn't move anymore, or all these things like that, right? So today on Twitter it just became a topic, and some people were literally like, the sky is falling! Like, I mean, seriously, like, some people
There
were...
was some overreaction going on.
Yeah,
right?
like, if this doesn't get fixed, the FGC is doomed. I was like, really? I mean, like, it was like as soon as people make more wired pads, that's it. Like,
Yeah, and in the meantime, the solution is obnoxious, but there, and it's just make sure that you desync the pads when you sit down.
yeah.
It takes like 20 seconds. It's not any more onerous than checking your buttons.
Right? Yeah, I know, right?
So it's a strange argument to me. Now, it's stupid.
Oh, yeah,
It's stupid to have to do this.
Uh-huh.
Sony should really consider some changes, and that's not going to happen. But that'd be nice.
Yeah, because Mike Z actually told me that he asked for that ability to have a forced desync on Skullgirls, and he was just denied.
They didn't let him do it.
Yeah, they just didn't let him do it. So I
Yeah.
just don't think
So
that's
they're not going to change that, but that means that it's up to us in the tournament scene to figure out how to deal with this. So the question is, should it be on the players or the tournament organizer?
Right.
And this is what you're talking about with like the FGC is going to die and some overreactions. Some people think it should be the tournament organizer's responsibility because it's a hardware issue. Some people think it should be the player's responsibility because it's just a practicality concern.
Because there's like a couple of wired pads out there that exist, but they're very different format than a DualShock that people are used to. A lot of people are saying like, well, too bad for them. They just need to get used to a wired controller and all these different things like that. And it's just like, you want to be able to be welcoming. You don't want to make the barrier of entry to being able to play in a tournament this hard already. A lot of people were like, hey, just get it modded. Like, just get a pad and like mod it in there. And I was like, look, there's not a lot of people who can mod this, right? And they don't know how to do it. And like, just find someone you can pay to do it. Most people don't even know where to look for that. You know what I mean? That's just, like, it would suck to be like, hey, I'm playing this game on my PS4 DualShock at home, so I never have syncing problems. Everything is cool. And then I see this ticker about these tournaments, and I'm like, that's so cool. I want to go enter this tournament because I think I'm good. And you walk in there with your controller, and they're like, you can't use this controller. Like, it sucks.
It does suck.
Now, are we going to get there eventually? Probably.
Yeah.
Because when enough wired pads get made, we'll probably get to that point. But hopefully at that point, the wired pads that are made, a lot of them will emulate the way the DualShock already feels, etc., etc. You know, once we get more options. In fact, Wizard responded to Angelic talking about it, I think, or something like that. He even said that wireless is probably going to be banned at EVO next year already. So, I mean, it's going to happen no matter what. The thing that frustrates me is, like, I don't know why its sky is falling.
Yeah,
that's the thing that gets me right.
I'm very confused by that. In any case, I think it should just be the players that deal with it because it's bizarre to me to make this like a principled stand, but it's just a practicality thing. In order for the tournament organizer to deal with it, they would have to set somebody at each station to take care of it each time, and that is a lot of manpower. Right. Mm-hmm. It's a lot, dude. And already it's tough to get people to run brackets confidently.
Yeah, you know what though? One of the guys on Freak Mods was talking about this, about like a go-between, like something that you sync to that acts as a controller that syncs to that you plug into the PS4, that you sync there, and you connect your controller to or you sync your controller to that.
I see.
He says he doesn't have the knowledge to do parts of that, but if someone else could help him with it, like he would totally be willing to try to make something. Because the thing about it is you wouldn't sell something like that because no one would buy it, right? But if someone specifically made it for TOs, that would be pretty good. So basically, if you just have something that's synced to here and then you hit a button on there, it was like desync, gone, and this thing stays synced to the PS4, that would actually be super cool.
That sounds great.
Yeah, that would actually be cool.
I mean, unfortunate to make TOs buy them, but I guess that's probably an unfortunate reality.
Right.
It would be best. It's just, again, it would be better if Sony just changed how it worked, but that's not going to happen. So.
Yeah. But
anyway, in the meantime, it should be on the players for now, in my opinion, because that's just the practical concern of it. It's easier for the players to sit down and check that while they're checking their buttons, rather than having who knows how many tournament people working on it in a way that would just be impractical for the organizer. Just impractical. So that's all.
I mean, look,
again, not that big a deal.
Yeah, not that big because the wireless pads are coming out. And in fact, I'm just going to jump to the next topic because it completely ties in with this. Is that Mad Catz kind of unveiled prototypes of basically new controllers that they're coming out with. So let me just grab this screen capture really quick so I can let you guys see this. Yoink. So go away, go away, go away. Apply changes, go live. There we go.
Hey.
So they're coming out with these new pads. Very interesting looking pads, by the way. So it looks like it's designed for either thumb or claw style. So because it looks like you can kind of grip the right side with your hand, you know what I mean?
Right.
Or you can do the claw style. So it looks like it might work for both. But this is a prototype. This is a prototype. Mark specifically said this is a prototype, right? But yeah, so they're coming out with that, and they even have a new joystick that's coming out that looks like it's designed for like maybe a cheaper, lighter, more portable stick or something like that, you know?
Which I'm totally down with. That's an underserved market.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it might not be as fancy as other sticks, but if the parts are legit enough, I would totally get one of those because it's annoying to me to have to lug around a stick.
Right.
You know, if it's
and
easy
again,
to move around, I'm down for that.
And again, you know, those are prototypes.
Again,
so like you can look at it and be like, oh, it look terrible, but you know what? They're
Personally, I think the
still
pad looks sick.
yeah.
I personally think the pad looks very cool.
But yeah, look, wired pads are coming. Wired joysticks are there. Like, like I said, I just don't want to make it even harder for players to casually try to join these kind of scenes. Like, if you have a player that's been playing Street Fighter V for like 5 months and he's getting really good, he's been playing the whole time on the DualShock, and then you tell him like you can't use the DualShock, kind of sucks.
It does.
But, you know, I mean, that might happen anyway once wireless controls get banned. It's just, right now, there's not enough options. I feel like that's the main thing for me. Is like, I don't think we should ban wireless controllers yet because there's just not enough alternatives yet. Once we get to the point where we have like 4 or 5 alternatives, then I think it's because then people can choose. Maybe they don't like the claws. Maybe they just like the buttons like this, right? And if that's the case, then why force them to go to one of these pads like this? So,
I hear you.
You know, right now is not the time. It'll get there eventually. So it's not even, and the way that someone was basically like, oh my god, like the FGC is dead and whatever like that. And
like top players will stop coming to events.
Yeah, and I literally was like, dude, the FGC has survived so much garbage. I was like, if you think this is going to kill the FGC, let me sit you down and I will just sit here and tell you stories. Like for hours I can tell you stories about the death of the FGC and how many times things have killed the FGC. You know
what's funny to me is what that made me think of was we are raising kids who like come from the fat times, you know, where they grew up with like all like wealth everywhere and everybody always had work and the food was plentiful and it was fantastic. But like we grew up during the Great Depression and we're used to like, oh man, you know, there were only like 10 people who didn't have jobs today. You know, things like that. And now for them, it's a totally different frame of reference about like what's going to kill the FGC because it's so rich, frankly, compared to how it was back in the day. That it's what could kill it is to them just completely out of whack with what could actually kill it.
Yeah,
it's completely out of whack. Because we saw it survive things, especially you before even my time, saw it survive things, and the fact that no major games were released in the United States, 2D games, for like 7 years.
Look, all I'm gonna say is arcade to console transition. Oh my god, that was like the biggest fight in the world.
That's
when
true.
we went from arcade cabinets to home machines.
That's true.
Everyone was like, "You're killing the FGC. Everything's over. We're all dead.
Yep.
Like you've lost all the spirit." Like it was just basically like you're ripping the heart out of everything that the FGC stands for, and like to know that was even an issue. Like to some people today are probably like, what the hell?
Yeah, who even cares?
Yeah, like how could this have even been a concern? Like people really wanted to wheel in giant 33-inch machines in trucks and
they really did.
Basically call like all 5 local arcades and be like, can we borrow your 33-inch cabinet for this event that's coming up? We'll pay you. You know, this is how things actually happen. So
indeed it was. Well, I'll tell you, almost nobody wanted to wheel in those 33-inch things, but they wanted somebody else to do it.
Yes.
They definitely wanted that. No, I mean, I was on the side that I didn't own a joystick until probably 2004, 2005.
Oh, really? Dang.
Yeah, because I thought it was silly. Like, oh, I'm not going to play on this home system. I can't believe this. I think throughout, until then, I probably played 3 or 4 total sessions at somebody's house. That's all. But I got over it, and it's no big deal. And
my favorite was I was talking to Filipino Man, right? And he was like, I just don't like how people aren't listening to the older players rather than and trying to draw in the new players.
Oh, he meant himself.
Yeah, and I was like, you realize, of course, that you are still 100% one of the newer players. Like, he was calling himself one of the older players.
The dude is 19 years old. Maybe he's 20 now. I lose track of time because to me, what are years?
Yeah, I know, right?
that's the age that I'm at.
We're at the age where it's decades are the only important thing. I'm in the 30s now.
Yeah, so, basically.
I was like, dude.
I honestly, the passage of a year is I don't even notice.
Yeah, seriously. I was just like, you really calling yourself one of the... I'm like, dude, you're still one of the new players, dude.
You know what's funny, though, is he has been playing for a while. For quite a while.
Yeah.
So he's been playing SF4. Most of the time it's been out. But it's just relatively speaking, and it's always going to be like this. It's going to be like this. 50 years from now, I fully expect I'll still be playing fighting games, or at least watching them.
Right.
And there will be people like us who are 50.
Look.
And there are going to be kids who are in their... What we're going to think of kids who are in their 30s, and we're going to be like, look, kids.
Look, when I tell this story about Filipino Man, the end result is not for you to make fun of Filipino Man. It's to make fun of me. Because I'm the old man. I'm the one who's been here forever. So,
well, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Look, I don't mean to make too much light of people who are feeling sort of panicked and angry about the pad desyncing issue. It sucks that it desyncs.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. That's a bad design. I wish it wasn't like that, but it is like that, and so we have to figure out what's the most practical way to deal with it. That's it. And it's not in my mind a question of what's right and who should be taking care of it.
Right.
Why does that I don't understand why this would be a principled issue either way. So what's the most practical thing? To have players take care of it as they're checking their buttons.
Right.
That's
That's
it.
And then, like I said, months from now...
It's easy. It's not that big a deal.
Months from now when all the wired pads come out...
And it won't end up being an issue anymore.
We won't even be talking about this. The fact that people are crying the sky is falling, months from now when it's not even on our radar of the brain, I hope they look back and are like, why was I that worried about it? Because honestly, it's
we will see.
I don't know. It's like I said. Maybe I'm Ironhide now. I'm the grizzled old veteran.
Dude, I'm telling you,
just
it's people who were raised in the fat times and they don't know what are possible actual problems.
Dude, I have so many FTC war scars now. It's just at this point in time, it's look, I don't know. In any case. I don't need
Tournaments have always had hundreds of people, right, entering them. It's always been I'm pretty sure.
You young whippersnapper, it's just we don't need to do this. Oh man. In any case, so yeah.
Anyway, I really don't think it's that big a deal, and I don't mean to be a jerk to people. I just don't think it's that big a deal, and it's not worth having principled issues about.
Yeah, and then on the sponsor front, there's some good news and some bad news, right? Let's just do the bad news. Zevron's officially disbanded. So Kazunoko is a free agent. Actually, it might be good news. So I'll just leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that because it just didn't seem like he was.
Little birdie, huh?
Yeah, he didn't seem like he was in a good position, right?
Oh, that will for sure.
Yeah. So I'm kind of happy for him now. Hopefully, he'll find a better sponsor and stuff like that. Yeah.
I definitely agree with you.
Yeah, I would like to see Kazunoko find a legit sponsor and travel around. But speaking of legit sponsors, so Redbull grabbed Snake Eyes recently, and it seems like they're doing some really cool things with him.
Yeah.
They just picked up Bonchan.
Awesome.
I think that's such an awesome signing. So that's really, really cool. Yeah.
That is very, very cool. He's a great player, obviously. What can you even say about him? He's been one of the best players in the world for some years now. And I wonder if he's sort of been on the cusp of this for a while, or whether, as I know some players have, maybe he's had offers and turns them down because he didn't think they were good enough, which is great.
Yeah, I was actually told that Daigo was talking to Bonchan, and the reason why Bonchan lost a lot of weight and like changed his look and started dressing better was because Daigo was like, look, if you want to take the sponsor thing seriously, you really got to do stuff for yourself like that. And,
Awesome.
and apparently that's what he did. And then rumors were that he was waiting for like maybe, you know, another team that signed Daigo, you know. But obviously Red Bull probably gave him a really good deal, and Red Bull is, it seems like it's a real corporate company.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So I'm sure it's legit. So I think that's a good alternative. And you know, just from what they've done for Snake Eyes, and even just their presence at Evo. Like, I got interviewed by like 3 different Red Bull teams. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Like, they literally have teams, and every one of them I talked to, the thing that encouraged me the most, I was like, I really like what you guys are doing. Like, I was talking to them, I was like, I really like what you guys are doing. And they're like, look, we're here because we're fans of the FGC, and this is giving us an excuse and to get paid to come to do something that we love. So they already love it. And that makes it so their reporting of it comes across as, this is cool. And I like that. And it makes me happy.
100% agree. And when they interviewed, you know, for example, they had you and I go up to this hotel room, and they had this whole setup where they had an interviewer and cameras and people like running the whole camera show. It was this whole production.
Right.
And the questions that we were asked, I thought were very good questions.
They were legit questions.
Legit questions. Not like somebody who just found out about fighting games and is like, okay, reading off some cards. No. Real questions that with follow-ups. That
what makes fighting games fun?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know.
Tell what's a fighting game? You know, describe a fighting game. Which is, though, I've been asked to do that. In the past.
Yeah. Of course.
I'm sure you have to. But not anymore.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah, it's really cool. A lot of really cool things coming out of that Red Bull team, and the fact that they have Snake Eyes and Bonchan, I think that's super cool. And I hope to see them travel to a lot more events. Like, it'd be cool if Red Bull, because Red Bull definitely has the capital for this, basically to send Snake Eyes to Europe tournaments and Japan tournaments. Like, I've been complaining about that Americans don't travel abroad, you know, and it's just like, they need to do that. They need to start doing that if they want to get serious about getting better, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, Europe and Asia are probably better right now.
They probably are.
So
certainly East Asia's better. So it would be great to spend some time over there. Or, just travel around, getting used to playing in different areas. That's all helpful. So I would love to see that.
And like, Snake Eyes is not going to get the footsies training that he's going to get until he plays people like Momochi or Bonchan or Daigo for a long period of time. You know what I mean? It's just not the same kind of thing. So.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he has good players. There are good players in SoCal, but even still, the number of good players here is smaller than it would be in Japan. And he's used to all of them. He already knows all their styles, and playing against them is only going to get you so far. Not even saying that that's because they're bad, because there are really good players here. It's just that once you already know how somebody plays, there's only so much you can get out of continuing to play against them. So it's much better to try to play against new people. Yeah,
that's 100% the same critique I had for Smut. That's why I keep saying he needs to travel more, but he's in school, so I'm not going to tell him, like, ditch your school and travel and stuff like that. So totally understand his situation right now. But, you know, that's how you get to that next level. Because you always saw a lot when players, like, from SoCal would be so good, they travel to the East Coast and they get bodied, or players who are really good in the East Coast, they finally travel West Coast, they get bodied and stuff like that. It's just the way it works. Once you play in an environment that you're super comfortable with against the same old people that you know you've beaten a million times, you don't get nervous. You don't get tense, you know what I mean? It's just a completely different experience.
Yeah. I hear you. Okay.
I think that's it.
That's it, I guess.
Unless you won't have anything to talk about Squid Sports. I know they released a couple of new weapons, and I haven't had a chance to try them yet.
Same here.
Because I just knew the beta was ending, so I just basically have been jumping on the beta as much as I can. So, yeah.
I'm not sure what else to say.
Yeah, I'm good. So, the one thing I should probably say, well, I mean, I might not be around for Tuesday show next week. Is just all I'm saying. So, if you want to do like maybe a Wednesday show or something like that, we'll see what happens. So, but I'll probably be gone for that day.
You got it.
I'll keep you updated for that, and I'll keep everyone else updated on that via Twitter as well. So.
Certainly.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay. Thanks a lot for joining us. We'll see you next Tuesday-ish, Wednesday-ish, we'll let you know. We'll find out.
Peace, everybody.